my still festive peeps. I hope that you are excited for my volume 2 of Christmassy things to do here in Edinburgh, because in the last video I made for you, which was the overview of the Christmas markets, I was only able to take you to the main markets in Princess Gardens and kind of, on the west end of them and east end around the Scots Monument, all of that. And by that point, because I was there on the opening weekend, quite a lot of the festivities were not even open yet. So in this video, as the people pleaser I am gonna aim to please everyone, because I am gonna be covering all of the extra stuff that Edinburgh Christmas as an organization has put up this year, but also I'm gonna try and come in with some alternative ideas for festive activities and nice Christmassy things to do here in Edinburgh while you're visiting. So yeah, this time hopefully it's gonna be slightly more chill and just as fun. Sir, are you aware you're a bear? First, we are off to the castle, where, as you might have noticed from quite far away, something is up. And that something is the 5th year of Castle of Light, a light and music installation spanning the whole outdoor area of the castle. If you've been to the castle before, this is a really fun way of experiencing it from a bit of a different point of view. And if you've never been, then that works too, because the tickets are almost the same price as a regular entry, and as long as you don't mind braving the cold, it's a stunning festive thing to do with really unique views, especially this time of year. As you can imagine, you can see the markets. It is beautiful. It costs £22 and runs all the way until January the 4th.
It's so cold!
George Street does not have any market stalls this year. Instead, we got not one, but 2 cute themed bars to hang out in when the weather outside is frightful, as Frank would say. First one is the GOOOOO Inn, kind of a hybrid between a cozy chalet and an Oktoberfest hall. There is plenty of regular seating here, but also a couple of those cozy corners. If you see one free, just dive bomb into it. Go for it, because that is the one you want. Ideally combined with some boozy chocolate, of which they have multiple kinds here. My favorite. The Polar Ice Bar is another newcomer. This one needs to be booked in advance for either £15 with 1 drink included or £20 with 2 drinks. That's obviously a bit of a steep price tag, but it is a unique sort of experience with many photo opportunities. So if you're visiting Edinburgh and you want to do something different than last year, why not give this a go? You can enjoy some icy beasties alongside drinks served in these tumblers made of ice, and also you will be lent a jacket and gloves if you're not a fan of icy temperatures, so no worries there. Thankfully, nobody told the organizers that Simon loves to crunch on ice cubes, otherwise they might not let us in. As it is now the tradition, George Street also features Edinburgh's very own skating rink. Opening times this year are between 10 AM and 10 PM, and tickets are £17.50 per adult and £15.50 per child. I got invited to give it an old college try, but I have seen way too many of my friends fall victims to their illusion of their own athleticism, only to end up in a cast for the whole of holidays. Yeah, so that was a no from me. That said, I'm sure most of you don't share my levels of clumsiness, so I believe in you. St. Andrew Square looks so cute this year. A really nice family-friendly corner away from all of the market chaos. There are food stalls, a little Paddington bear to take pictures with, a Santa letter writing workshop, and of course the cherry on top of all of this is the adorable tree maze. And it only serves a little bit of The Shining. Now, a question for you. Do you have all of your Christmas gifting sorted yet? And no lying, I know from my wider social circle that most people are not like me. Most people do not shop for Christmas presents in like October, and some of you are probably like trying really hard to get that sorted before Christmas comes, in which case I do have a bit of a helpful section for you, because I'm going to take you to some of my favorite indie places to shop for Christmas presents here in Edinburgh. It is not going to be just Scottish Design Exchange, but it is also going to be Scottish Design Exchange, because every year I get so many people tell me that they did not know this place existed, and I think that is one of the most convenient spots to support local makers, designers, artists, while getting some cool gifts for your loved ones. So that's where we're going to start, and then I'm going to take you to a bunch more. So yeah, time for a bit of shameless self-promo, although of course I am far from being the only seller within Scottish Design Exchange, a shop that pays 100% of your spending back to local makers and designers who are all independent creators, so you know none of your money is going back to any evil corporations. Many of my great art friends sell here, and I have already spent so much cash on their goods this year because they are just so irresistibly talented. Ugh. Another hub of small biz I would recommend supporting is the Bottom of Leith Walk. Let's start at Argonaut Books. This is a wonderfully curated indie bookstore with a bunch of seating for having a little coffee break. I had their seasonal hazelnut latte for less than £3, and you have to admit that's a very community-friendly price these days. And then I browsed some of their great selection of horror, sci-fi, fantasy, social science, non-fiction, kids books, all the good stuff you might need in your life when it comes to books. And right next door, Logan Malloch sells great locally made gifts, decor and greeting cards, all very much necessary this time of year. Ancient Robot Games is a super cool and very well-stocked board game store, where the staff is more than keen on helping you find the perfect gift for that one board game or TTRPG obsessive in your life. Plus, gaming goodies by my friend Evan Eve. Yay! Leaf Makers is my freshest stockist, and it is ran by the sweetest people. Defo, pop in if you're in the area for more gifting options. You'll find a modest selection of my goodies here, in these little boxes, and of course, a lot more. Also, let's not forget Bell Adventure, who sell the best of European comics and graphic novels, which is kind of a niche that really needed filling on the Edinburgh book market. So I actually went down to Leith to pick up some festive treats from Hobbs to show you, because they make house-made panettone, and that is a big feat in the bakery world. Alas, I am sorry to inform you that the staff was all ill that day. Hope they're doing better now, but I did need to improvise. Towards the top of Leith Walk, I picked up this mince pie from Ante. Not a cheap treat at almost £5. I know some of you will have thoughts about that in the comment section, but it is definitely very special with the chestnut cream on top. Oh, goes so well with their excellent coffee. Alternatively, pop into one of the 12 Triangles bakery stores. I visited the Easter Road kitchen table branch and got a mince pie, a soft gingerbread cakey cookie, which was, by the way, my favorite, like beautifully spiced, and also one of their lovely stolons. And while on Easter Road, you should also walk a bit further and visit my friends at the Edinburgh Honey Company. You can get their honey in a bunch of places, but only here you get to have a free taste test, which is such a great way of exploring which one is your favorite. My favorite is the gingerbread honey, especially in festive times, because it is like putting the essence of Christmas Euro baking onto a slice of buttered bread. Excuse me, I think I might have to go eat some right now. And at my beloved Edinburgh street food at the Omnicentre, you'll now find a whole bunch of seasonal specials too, including 4 types of hot toddies. Yeah, this is the rum, I think. That's really nice. So this should be the whiskey one. It smells really orangey.
Yeah, I was heading that way good.
I like that. This one is more sour. I think that normally a hot toddy is actually kind of quite citric, isn't it? So we tried the specials. This one is sweeter. So if you have a sweeter tooth, try that one. I like that one. Simon likes the rum one more, so he can have that. And I will have the whiskey one. It's made with the same whiskey as when we had the pumpkin spiked latte at Softcore. So it's close to my heart. It's my whiskey now. Also, my pals at Softcore came out with the loveliest play on the mince pie. A soft cookie filled with traditional soaked fruits, but the ratio here is a bit better for people who might not want to be just punched in the face by the overwhelming sweetness of the filling. There is also a fantastic sticky toffee pudding topped by their soft serve, which was hands down my favorite. Bandits also have a little special on the menu. This time it is a turkey katsu bao with a little pig in a blanket on top and obviously a lot of amazing Christmassy condiments. Another lovely savory treat and a great alternative to a Christmas sandwich from a supermarket chain is this new festive menu from Flesh and Ollie, who reside at the Blackbird pub between Tollcross and Brunsfield. It is super cozy, you can get a Christmassy cocktail here, but most importantly, these Christmas-themed sandwiches are both massive and very tasty. You could probably split one between 2 people, but do not miss out on the honey parsnip fries, those were my favorite. Another thing I found absolutely spectacular about this time of year is that there are so many makers markets on, pretty much every weekend. I usually spot them on Instagram, Facebook, or even sites like What's on Edinburgh. We visited a really nice one at the National Gallery last week. It was called the Tea Green Market, much bigger than expected, with ceramics, stationery, adventure patches, art prints. Does anyone else find it super hard to not buy a whole bunch of gifts for themselves while doing Christmas shopping? It's a bit of a challenge. And I realize that when you are watching this, we are probably almost in the middle of December, but I'm still gonna post some markets which are still about to happen after this video is published. So take note. Every festive season, I'd like to take you on a little walk a bit further from the city centre, somewhere that feels a bit more like, locals Edinburgh. Oftentimes I choose further in Newtown, but this year it's actually going to be Bransfield and its adorable high street. Now, let's finish this video with a little idea for a cold, drizzly evening. Seeing a show, specifically Swamplesque. This is a burlesque performance inspired by, yeah, Shrek. Not family friendly, filled to the brim with fantastic talent and so much fun. This is a great way of catching up with the biggest hit of this year's Fringe. And so, depending on how you count, either like a normal person, in which case you're probably on like 16 things to do in Edinburgh before Christmas right now, or if you count like me, you're on only 9, in which case I still need to scramble for one last thing to give you as a tip. I did have one on my list and I was planning on shooting it. However, there was a bit of a misplanning and I just wanted to get this video out while you can still watch it and do all of these great things while you're in Edinburgh, while the festive season is still on. However, my last thing that I was planning to put in this video was to go watch a festive film. And there's plenty of small cinemas and even big cinemas really that will make that possible for you. So off the top of my head, I know that the Cameo Picture House is doing the Muppets Christmas Carol, one of my favorite Christmas movies. I know that Simon pretty much every year takes his friends to go see It's a Wonderful Life. You could also go to Usher Hall and listen to the Royal Scottish National Orchestra play live orchestral music to Home Alone, which I think is pretty epic. I kind of wish I got tickets for that, but I've already spent all of my classical music budget on more, I don't want to say serious stuff. Home Alone is serious. If you have any extra tips for other people who are doing a bit of research for their festive trip to Edinburgh, leave them in the comment section so everyone can kind of go there and be a nice little community where nobody hates on Christmas. I see you, Edinburgh subreddit. Everyone, share your great ideas for great festive foods and things to do, and I'm gonna make sure I'll check them all out. Now, before I truly wrap this up, don't forget you can visit me on Instagram. If you pop over to KakiBot, that's where I post most of my illustrations and also just kind of regular unhinged thoughts from my life as a person who is a fan of a lot of video games recently, or KakiBlog, which is the more kind of hinged one, where you will find a lot of pictures from my travels, but also, of course, from my life here in Edinburgh. Tips on where to eat, where to go chill, what to enjoy, what to experience in this wonderful city and country. And I hope I will see you all there on both of those, the unhinged one and the hinged one. And one last thing is that I also have a Patreon where I like to post one extra bonus video every month. A lot of the times those videos are a bit more chill, kind of more fun, a bit more relaxed, and you know, they're kind of made for the ones of you who I feel like are kind of more of my community, my little YouTube family. So that's what to expect over there. Okay, hope you enjoy Festive Edinburgh. Let me know how you love it, and I shall see you soon. Bye. Sort of festive spirit in Scotland.